Lesson 1, broken line graphs. So the first thing, before I even explain any of the graphing, I want to explain how I mark all of our graphs. So all of the graphs are always going to be out of 10 marks. So you're going to have 1 mark for the title. Make sure you label the title. You're going to get 2 marks for labeling the x-axis. So that's numbers and a title. 2 marks for the y-axis. And you're going to get 1 mark for using a ruler. If you do not use the ruler, I'm taking a mark off. It needs to be done properly. So what are we at? 6 marks. So the remaining 4 marks are if you plotted your points properly. And what I do with that is if I see things that are mistakes, I just start taking marks off of that 4. And I give you based on how well that is. So that's something you should keep in mind when you're doing your graphs. So 10 marks for those things. So when you begin a graph, what I want you to begin with is deciding what's the independent and what is the dependent variable. So for this example, we have monthly precipitation. So the precipitation depends on which month it is. So this is our dependent variable. And this one would then be our independent. There's an E. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. We're just going to go I and D for independent and dependent. There we go. Our independent always are our x values, and our dependents are always our y values. And on a graph, the x values always run horizontally. So here, along the x-axis, it's the horizontal axis. And then this is our y-axis. So let's first start by giving it a title, because it is the monthly precipitation. So put the title in. And we also know that the bottom, our x values, is our independent title, so months, which means that our y-axis then would be precipitation. Oops. So you can label those to begin with. Now what we want to do is we want to label it so that it matches our data. So for the months, that's easy. It's going by January, February, March, all the way to November. So that's easy. Let's go every 2 lines is a month. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So you want to use more than half of whatever graph is supplied for you. If we would have gone up by 1 line, it might have been kind of squished. We can't go up by any more than 2 because it won't fit. Okay, to do our y-axis now, we need to see our range of data. So looking at this, we want to find our lowest number. So it looks like our lowest number is, what, 21.9? So our lowest number is 21.9, and our highest number is 81.7. So we need our y values to go from 21 to 81, which is a pretty big gap. So when you're choosing your variables to go up by, things like 2, 5, 10, 25, 50, those are all really good. So we should be able to fit it in going up by 10s. So we're going to go every 2 lines is worth 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So what that actually means is that each line is really worth 5. Okay, so a broken line graph is literally what it sounds like. It's a bunch of series of small lines. So what you do is you plot your points and then you connect to them. So let's go. January is 27.5, so almost at 30, so I'm going to plot a point. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to go and plot all the rest of the points. So when you're done, it should look something like this. The final step with a broken line graph is to take your ruler and connect between the dots. And I can't use a ruler on the iPad, so I cannot do it with a ruler, but you need to be using a ruler. So connect between each section, and that is showing your trends within the data. Something else you might need to know for this when you start working on the lesson assignment for this unit is two words. So interpolation and extrapolation. What the word interpolation means is you're taking an estimate based on the graph you have. So it would be inside the graph. So if I wanted to say I want to figure out what the rain is on May 25th, you could be able to guess because it'd be somewhere in here. Extrapolation means it's outside of the graph. So if I said I wanted to know how much the rain was in December, it'd be somewhere over here. And it's outside, it's extra. So that is what those two words mean. All right, I'm done.